Today I'm going to show how my latest EA Studio developed portfolio has made 10% profit on a live $1,000 account in under a month, and what the most important rule for profiting with strategy generation software is. I will also provide some free expert advisors, so stick around to the end for that. So first, let's take a look at what's been trading. I will just quickly jump on my VPS here, and we can see that this is my Eightcap real account. It has, if we just go up here, it started with $1,000 and now it's up just under 100, so it's 9.9%. In actual fact, I should probably just mention while I'm seeing this, because this has been traded in EA Studio EAs, and I've actually chosen to use the FX Blue copier. I'm just explaining this because otherwise it's confusing, because what's going on here? Am I only trading these, right? And that's not the case. I've got the FX Blue copier here, and it's not something I recommend everyone do, but because I trade so many expert advisors, what I tend to do is I have lots of expert advisors on incubation accounts, and this ties into the number one rule that I'm going to explain. And so after I've developed my strategies, I put them on a demo account, and that is the final test. And only once I see adequate results from then I want to put it on a live account. Now in this case, it's just simpler for me because I do this so much. Rather than moving the EAs, I'm able to just use the FX Blue copy trader to copy any trades that these EA Studio EAs make onto this other terminal. And I'll maybe make a future video to demonstrate that. So if anyone's interested in how that's done in a walkthrough, then please leave some comments in the description and I'll consider doing that. Just for clarification, trades have been EA Studio expert advisors are trading on this demo account, and then this portfolio here, this A3 portfolio, is all the trades from there are being copy traded onto my live account. It's made just basically 10% profit. Now if we go and have a look at the FX Blue's got some great tools, and in this case I've published my results to this FX Blue URL. So if we go and have a look here, what we've got here is we've got the results of the account, so we can see a pretty good equity curve. You can see that it's a real account, it's trading these four assets. We've got a profit factor of 1.72, it's got a 65% win rate. It's been trading for very nearly a month, and we can further break down and go and have a look at actually each of the strategies themselves. No, we can't in this case because of the copy trading thing. We've had 11 winners, 6 losers, and as I said, the statistics all look pretty good. Now I've been trading EAS portfolios for many years. Now most have been profitable due to the fact that I've spent many years developing the workflow process, certain robustness tests, and just how I develop and then test again my strategies and scrutinize them. Usually I can put them straight onto a demo or live account and they tend to do well over time. However, I've noticed that there's one additional rule that increases the chances of when I go live, me actually having stable profits reasonably quickly and reasonably consistently. And that is to ensure that each strategy has traded on a demo account long enough to show real-time results are actually comparable with the back test. So the equity curve is of a similar kind of nature. It's profitable, of course, but it's got similar win rate. Its drawdowns are not excessive compared to the back test, and just it is actually trading as you would expect. When I do that, I tend to get much better results when I start trading those strategies that pass that test live. Is this absolutely necessary? No. But time and time again, I've just observed that when I actually apply this rule, my consistency does increase significantly. Each of these strategies here, I've got a portfolio of 4 AUD USD, 3 Euro USD, 1 GBP USD, and 5 USD JPY, all in the H1 timeframe except from these two. They've all been in incubation for a long enough period, and this can be even 6 months to a year on this time frame, but they've all had at least 30 trades and shown good results comparative to the back test, and that's what gives them real value, or a significant additional value. So moving on from that, I'm just going to explain a little bit further the reason for this. So EA Studio is, for I'm sure many people watching are pretty familiar with it, but I'll just give a very quick intro to what it does. It's a generation software. We're able to give it certain parameters. So we've got simple criteria here, right? We're just asking for something to be profitable with 100 trades. We'll use the recommended indicator. So there's all these indicators with all certain different values of its parameters, and we tell it how long we want. So in this case, let's just use 100,000 bars, right? So we're saying let's use 100,000 bars, and we hit go. And basically instantly, right? I'll stop right there. And now what it's done is it's actually finding strategies that match what we've asked it for. So we've asked it for certain statistics and it's got them, right? And so here in this case, we've got 100 trades. This actually looks like a great strategy. And what it's done is you can tell it to use a stop loss, always use within certain parameters. You give it the inputs and it works within what you give it. So in this case, we've asked it for, don't give me any stop loss or take profit, just find some rules. It's come up with a good looking strategy here. It's saying bull power crosses the level line upwards and this crosses the level line downwards. And so it's buying and selling on those rules. And over this period of time, which is 15 years essentially on the H1 time frame, it's actually shown to be a pretty profitable strategy. That's great, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee it's then going to continue out of sample. So when we put it on a live account, it's found that, and there's a thing called overfitting. And so it can just be that it's so powerful that it's managed to find some, because it's got so many variables to work within, it's found something, but it could just be fit to the data. We don't know. And there's lots and lots of tests that we can do to kind of minimize the chances of that, such as we can, for example, and this is a good sign that it's not such a good strategy, is using some different data, we can see that we get very kind of different results. And that's a pretty good indication that it's possibly just been fit to the specific data. We can also use walk forward, we can use Monte Carlo, we can test on other markets, and we can test out of sample. There's a lot we can do. All of these things are going to reduce the chances of that strategy being overfit to just some data and give it a good chance that it might work on real data in the future. But there's still no guarantee. There's no real way to eliminate it entirely. It is always a risk with optimized strategies. And I've found that this final test adds some serious value in weeding out the over-optimized strategies from the ones that actually stand a chance of continuing in the long term. So I'm sharing that in this video, and I understand that it means that you've got to test some strategies for a bit longer, but it's the same principle when we test the third-party EAs. No one's going to buy a third-party EA without having seen some verified track record. So why should we put faith in any strategies that come out of software without seeing some sort of track record in real time? It's, a back test isn't enough for third-party EAs. Why should we just use the software, see something looks good, and then go, right, I'm going to put live money into that? I personally think it's a very important rule. So for anyone interested in trying out EA Studio, there's a 15-day full functionality free trial. So you've got no limitations, export as many EAs as you want, trade them however you want. And there's also several great packages available. I'll maybe just quickly show that. I'll put these links in the description. You can see you can test it for free here for 15 days, or you can buy it. But I also always recommend that if you go to packages here, trading software, there's a bunch of packages here. So you've got, for a little bit extra than the 1,490 euros, you're going to get this extra value here too. So you're going to get the top 10 app, you're going to get some courses, you're going to get this historical data. The optimal pack is excellent value in my opinion, because you also get Forex Strategy Builder and ExpressGen, and these three, they all work very well together. ExpressGen, you can pull those into EA Studio or FSB, and the product of those three can be very powerful because you can basically create anything. Links for all of that will be in the description. So I'll put the EA Studio and the trading software packs in the description. So if you're interested, please try the software. Of course, it's important to trade on a regulated broker. And in this case, I'm sure Eightcap's excellent trading costs and conditions have helped me achieve such good profits so quickly. So for a full broker review and to sign up and try a demo or a live account with Eightcap, please check out the product page we've got here. So we've got brokers page and we've got our most trusted brokers here, Eightcap being one of them. There's a full review and you can just click this to open an account. Now, as promised, I'm providing some EAs for free. to everyone. Just use the link in the description, and there's going to be a package of 10 EAs. Now, I want to make clear, these are not actually the expert advisors that have been trading on this. These are actually my latest batch of expert advisors that have passed all my robustness tests, except that they haven't had that period of time on demo trading. So I'm going to be putting them on my broker on the demo account, as I've explained in this video. And once they show results similar to the backtest, then I'm going to start trading them live. Some of them may not pass that, but the ones that do are going to be worthy of live trading. So I invite you to demo trade these on ideally Eightcap. Use the link in the description to download them. Use the link in the description to go to Eightcap and open an account and start trading with them. Hope you have good results. Members of the VIP club will also get a little bit of extra value in that I'm also going to include all my back tests, my full tick back tests over the last 5 years for each of these 10 strategies. So there'll be no requirement for them to actually do any back testing themselves. They can just put them on an account and compare the results with those back tests. For anyone interested in joining the VIP club, it's certainly a good time to join. Please check out the benefits using the link in the description, as there's a wealth of value, including additional exclusive bonuses such as these back testing data. And also check out the video on my site explaining why I believe EA Studio is the #1 Forex strategy generator out there. Trade safe. Bye for now.